If you're not listening to yourself, who are you listening to? Welcome, love. Today we're diving deep into something that affects every single one of us, whether we realize it or not. And that is the role we play in the stories of our lives. And more importantly, the role we choose to play from here on out. This episode is all about reclaiming your power by identifying the hidden archetypes influencing your behavior and flipping the script from fear and victimhood to courage, healing, and soulful strength. So take a deep breath, get comfortable, and let's begin. You're listening to the Opulence Mindset Podcast. This is for those on the road less traveled, doing the inner work, embracing the process, and striving to live life to the fullest. I'm Chanel, your gratitude coach and loyal teammate, as we grow, heal, and evolve together. Thank you for sharing valuable time with me, and remember to wear opulence, think love. As we open this conversation, let's begin with stillness. Bringing your hand to your heart. Breathe in deeply through your nose. Hold. And exhale slowly. Let the noise fall away. Feel the presence that's always been there. Inhale again. Hold. Exhale fully. You are present. You are powerful. You are this inner peace. Welcome to the Opulence Mindset Podcast, a space where we unlock our unlimited potential, align with our most authentic selves, and vibrate daily in abundant gratitude. I'm Chanel, your gratitude coach, here to share my healing journey and the tools that have helped me awaken to the power of appreciation. You might have heard me mention the word archetype already. So for those like me who weren't familiar with this at first, according to the go-to expert, Carolyn Myss, an archetype is like a blueprint, a symbolic pattern of behavior or energy that lives within us all. Think of them as characters on the stage of your inner world, reoccurring roles that we all play at different times of our lives. Even if you have never used the word archetype before, I promise you'll already know them. They're in our stories, our myths, our movies, and most importantly, our own behaviors. We all know what it feels like to step into the caregiver archetype, when we pour our love into someone else, even when our cup is empty. Or the warrior who shows up with fierce resilience to protect whatever matters most. Or the child who still longs to feel safe, seen, and held. And then there's the victim, which can feel like life is just happening to you. And the saboteur, that inner voice that whispers, "Who do you think you are?" right when you're about to rise. Now here's something important. All archetypes are neutral. Despite the connotations our language gives the names, none of them are good or bad. They're just energies, stories that show up to teach us something. Each one has a light side that empowers us and a shadow side that keeps us stuck. And the more we become aware of what archetypes are active in us, the more we choose how to show up. not from autopilot, but from conscious alignment. So whether you felt like the healer, the hero, the rebel, or the lover, you're not alone. These roles are ancient, universal, and powerful tools for self-understanding. Because when you learn to work with your archetypes and not against them, you begin to reclaim your inner authority. You start recognizing your patterns. You begin transforming your pain into power. And you realize you're not broken. You're just in a chapter of the journey, a sacred one. So let's go a little deeper. There are 4 key archetypes that Carolyn Myss says we all carry, whether we know it or not. They're called the survival archetypes. And they are the child, the victim, the prostitute, and the saboteur. These are the roots of our personal story, the parts of you that show up when your sense of safety, belonging, and self-worth is on the line. Let's break them down. The child is a part of you that craves safety, nurturing, and trust. In light, it brings wonder, playfulness, and open-heartedness. And in shadow, the wounded child becomes fearful, overly dependent, or frozen in old emotional pain, waiting for someone to come save the day. The victim teaches personal power. In its light, it says, I've been through hard things and I've grown from them. But in shadow, it convinces you that life is just happening to you and that you're powerless. The prostitute, and let's pause here. This one gets misunderstood. It's not about selling your body. It's about selling yourself short. It shows up when we compromise our truth for safety, acceptance, or approval. In light, it helps us anchor into our values. It says, what is truly worth your energy? The saboteur, that sneaky voice that creeps in with doubt, right when you're about to grow. It's not here to hurt you. It's testing your readiness. It's saying, are you really ready to own this next level of your power? These roles shape your thoughts, choices, and relationships. They don't exist to destroy you. They exist to awaken you. So just take a moment. Which role is loudest for you lately? Which one are you outgrowing? Remember, you're not here to survive your story. You're here to rise from it. But now let's go even further. Alongside the 4 survival archetypes, each of us carries 8 more, making at least 12 total. These 8 represent your soul's personal blueprint, what Carolyn Myss calls your sacred contract. Think of these archetypes as your lifelong allies and teachers. They influence you how to relate to love, to purpose, to healing, to money, to spirituality, and to change itself. And here's the powerful part. You don't choose them. You recognize them because they've always been with you. Maybe you're the caretaker, the rebel, the seeker, or the visionary. And you'll know because these energies show up again and again in your relationships, career, and even your favorite stories. They're not meant to define or limit you. They're here to help you. They're here to help you understand yourself more deeply, So ask yourself, what role do I naturally play in my relationships? When I was little, what character did I connect with most? And when I'm in flow, what qualities shine through? This is not about boxing yourself in. It's about remembering who you are. Because once you start to see these patterns, you begin to shift. You stop reacting to your wounds and start responding to your wisdom. You stop trying to fix yourself and start honoring your sacred design. So what does this have to do with healing and the opulence mindset? Well, everything. Because healing isn't about forgetting. It's about naming the patterns that shape us so we can shift them. Maybe your heartbreak wasn't rejection. Maybe it was your innocent child losing faith in love. Maybe your burnout isn't just pressure. It's your prostitute archetype, sacrificing your truth for approval. Maybe your silence in conflict isn't weakness. It's your saboteur trying to keep you safe. And maybe that breakdown wasn't an ending. Maybe it was your wounded healer waking up. That's how archetypes become medicine. Because once you name the role, you reclaim the power. You begin to say, I was the abandoned child. Yes, I was the silenced voice. It happened, but it didn't break me. That's when healing begins, not by erasing your pain, but from rising from it. And this is where we meet the hero's journey. Joseph Campbell gave us the map, but your soul has already been walking it all along. There's the moment before the call, when life feels okay, but something is missing. Then comes the disruption, the heartbreak, the inner whisper, the call to adventure. And if you answer it, you begin your sacred becoming. Yes, you'll meet your shadows. Yes, you'll face your inner victim, your saboteur, your wounded child. But you'll also meet your strength, your allies, your divine guidance. Because when the student is ready, the path appears, and you'll come to the low point, the initiation, the death of who you were, so you can rise as you're meant to be. That's when you return with the gift. You've walked through the fire, and now you carry the light. You become the healed healer, the guide, the leader. You, love, are not a victim of life. You are the hero of your sacred story. Let's take a deep breath together. Let this land in your heart. Wherever you are right now, you are not lost. You're on your path. You're becoming. You are safe. You are guided. You were born for this. Your presence and input are sacred to me. Thank you for holding this space. For your presence and input are sacred to me. Thank you for holding space for this level of vulnerability and truth. The fact that you're here means you're already stepping into your own knowing, and that we are aligned with the collective evolution. Podcasting is a gift, a deep personal connection that transcends time and space. So wherever you are, whatever season you're in, I'm right here, saying, hey, you're not alone in the struggle. You are loved, and I want to help. Trust that the opulence mindset shift is supporting your growth and power. To all the beautiful souls walking this path with me, thank you. I cannot do this without you. The divine love in me recognizes the divine love in you. May the eternal light of the shared experience journey to the great beyond in perpetuity. Until next time, wear opulence, think love, and so it is. Amen.